Hey everybody, welcome to Eric and the Reel. Today we're going to be cutting red onions, and we're going to go ahead and can them in these jars. So first thing I want to do, people do this differently, but since I'm doing a double batch, normally you do half the ingredients on what I'm about to do, but anyway, in our pan we're going to add 2 cups of water, which is actually 4 cups. We're going to add just white distilled vinegar. We're going to add 4 cups of that. Normally it'd be 2. In case you're wondering, I'd actually put some already in the pan here, so that way it would be ready to roll. Alright, that's it for the liquids, but we do need to add some other stuff, and some of the ingredients we're going to add is, I don't have some cane sugar, natural cane sugar. I like to use Tornado. Actually, I'm out of Tornado also. So what I'm going to do, since we're doubling this, so I'm going to add half a cup of brown sugar. And I'm going to add a half a cup of white sugar. Now, does it really matter what kind of sugar you use? I don't know. We're about to find out. This is just white refined sugar. And I'm going to have a problem, because you can see the liquid, which means I'm going to wear it, because it's going to be too much. So we're going to switch pans. Just getting all the sugar out of the bottom. So once we got that added, we're going to add our salt, which is supposed to be 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to add 1, 2, 3. Because I don't like things too salty, I'm only going to add a half on that one. So I only added 3.5 instead of 4, like you should if you're doubling recipe. But anywho, that would be that. And now we're going to go ahead and put that on to boil on the stove over here, which we're going to be right here beside while it comes to a boil. While it's coming to a boil, we're going to sit over here and we're going to cut our onions. So on our onions, we're going to go ahead and slice these like so. You want to go ahead and, shuck off that outer layer. There's 2 ways you can cut these that is going to work really good in these candy jars. Some people like the really thin little rings that you get, when you cut them like this. Those become thin little rings that you put in there. Some people also like these thin little slivers that come out. Personally, I don't know that I have a preference. I guess it would depend upon whether I'm making for a salad or what I'm going to do with these. Basically, you put 1 onion in the jar. Now, everybody cuts onions differently. When I'm dicing them, I like this like this, and then I go this way with it. Comes out just as small as everybody else who does this weird little thing like this, and then does this, and then does this. I mean, you're all kind of all over the place, but fresh garlic. showed you before how to do this on other videos, but there's an easy way to do garlic, and then there's everybody else's way. So essentially, what I like to do is cut out the end, clear the garbage off the cutting board, I'm going to grab this and we're just going to pop the side. And why do we do that? Because when you do, the skin comes right off. Hit it with the side of the blade, you know, just slides right out of there like that. Doesn't really matter what it looks like when you get ready to throw it in the fermenter here. You just grab those and just throw them right in. All right. So we're getting ready to boil over here. So I'm going to grab a wooden spoon and I'm going to start stirring. I want to make sure the sugar gets dissolved inside of there and doesn't just get left behind. So that's dissolving nicely. Vinegar water solution brought up the temperature so the sugar's dissolved and the salt's dissolved. Now we're ready to add it to the jars. So I'm just going to use a little half scoop here in a funnel. And I'm just going to fill these jars up. And before we put the caps on these, we're supposed to let it cool to room temperature. So we're going to fill these little bad boys up with vinegar and sugar, salt. And in a hurry, they just push that funnel in there and make sure it's in there all the way. Anyway, here we go. Five-minute jars, you may not need the funnel. So it says this could be an hour to 48 hours, or 6 hours in the fridge before these are ready to be used. I'm hoping they'll be ready tomorrow morning because I got a salad I'm making. And I wanted to add the pickled onions to it. We'll check back and see what it looks like in the morning. Till then, have a good night. Sitting. And you can see that they're steaming. Starting to go down a little bit. And yeah, you can see that they've started to change their colors. Let me grab a fork. Or a spoon, since there wasn't any forks. Anyway, you can see that they're becoming somewhat translucent. Oh my God, that's amazing. Yep. These will be good for salads, other kinds of places where you want to use onions. And the nice thing is, red onion usually has a little bit of a bite to it. These are really pulling in nicely. Not too much of a bite there. Effect. Wow, it's just amazing. You're gonna